Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to do another get ready with me video. The only difference today is I got some new products to show you. And what I like about today is because the new products that I'm going to show you is going to be like good for everybody. So if you want sheer coverage, great. If you want a fuller coverage, great. I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's go ahead, jump and get started. First I'm going to start out by priming my face, and I'm going to use this YSL Touche something primer. It's called Blur Primer, and this is the sample size, but I'll tell you, this is a very nice sample size because it's huge. It has little gold reflex in it. I don't know if you can see it very well. Once I put this on my skin and I push it in and I put my makeup on, I don't really notice it. Every so often I might see a little sparkle here and there, but it's not like a huge glitter that I notice that irritates me. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll put a little bit on my fingers here. And I'll just start rubbing it in, patting it in. The thing about primers is a little goes a really long way, and you don't necessarily, more isn't always better when it comes to primers. Sometimes if you use too much, especially if it's like a silicone based primer, then you're going to get that opposite effect where your makeup might be sliding off your face because it's just probably too much. You want it to sink into your skin. You don't really want to feel it. Yes, if you rub your fingers across your face, you know, you might feel it, the softness, or you know, something like that, but you don't actually want to feel it left over on your skin. That means you've used way too much. So always use as little as possible and see how it sets in your makeup and everything, and then go from there if you feel like you need to add more to it. So next for the foundation is this Cover FX. It's the Custom Cover Drops. This is the foundation I was talking about where you can mix this with whatever you've got. It can be mixed with serums, moisturizers, anything. You can use it alone. And it's a buildable coverage where it can have a very sheer coverage. If you mix it with your moisturizer, it can be like a tinted moisturizer. The more drops that you use, the more fuller coverage that you're gonna get. So it's very versatile, and where you can get one foundation and use it how you like. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna mix mine with my moisturizer, and this is my favorite moisturizer. It's super hydrating, and it's by Paula's Choice Moisture Boost Hydrating Treatment Cream. I love Paula's Choice stuff. It's just a personal favorite of mine. Now, since we're going to be mixing this, instead of like putting like dots of moisturizer on my face and then dots of the foundation over my face, I want more of a even coverage. So instead of doing that, and then I might have, you know, more here and less here, and it won't look right, I'm going to mix it on the back of my hand. And I'm going to put a little bit of moisturizer on here. And I'm not going to put a whole lot of my moisturizer because, like I said, this is very hydrating, very thick. And so I don't want too much moisturizer where it's not going to look very good. I'm going to take my drops, and they come in this cute little dropper. My color is N10. Cute little dropper. And I'm going to drop it here into my moisturizer. Now, I like full coverage, so I'm going to put 4 drops. Ooh. It's alright. You can use your beauty blender, you can use your brush, you can use whatever that you want to use. So I'm going to mix it up first. This is like a do-it-yourself tinted moisturizer. Hello! How cool is that? So now I'm just going to put it on here. Now I'm going to get it in here with my brush. And I'm going to start mixing it around. How cool is that? I may have actually got too much moisturizer. Look how much I still have left on my hand. Do you see that? And look at that coverage. Ooh. Remember to drag it down your neck just a little bit. Blend it in real nice. I hate foundation on my lips. If you're the ones that can stand that, you do you. I can't do it. Oh, my lips are already so dry, so I have got to close my mouth and do that. I still have so much product on my brush. So I'm not even going to dip in any more to get this on my forehead. And like I said, I used 4 drops. Look at that. So on the bottle it says 2 to 4 drops. So can you imagine how long this bottle would last if you only use 2 drops a day? It's crazy. Sorry, I'm looking at my mirror over here, and I want to make sure that I get a good coverage and it all even. I have some acne scars on my chin. Don't pick. I'll never learn. Maybe one day. By the way, if you do have acne scars, one of my favorite things to do to help, I'm gonna wipe this off, to help kind of fade them is vitamin C. I love vitamin C serums for my skin. It's so wonderful. That's my personal thing, but all right, pretty. That's a really nice coverage. And see how it, well, we're on the sun. It gives it a very natural coverage. Doesn't look cakey. It's very moisturized. Perfect for the winter time. Lovely. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with my concealer. Today I'm gonna use the Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof 12-Hour Concealer. What I love about this is, you know, I'm lazy. I love it because it's just in a tube. And I go, yes, thank you. Beautiful. I'm gonna kind of highlight a little bit today. Why not? I'm gonna use my beauty blender and I'm just gonna tap it out. I don't want to drag when I do this because I'm gonna have drag marks. I'm bringing it up a little bit on my eyelid as well because, like I said, concealer is wonderful to use as an eye primer. If you have a concealer that dries quickly, I probably wouldn't put it on everywhere. I'd do one eye, tap it out, then do the chin or whatever else. This beauty blender is so wonderful for tapping out your concealer, putting on your foundation, whatever else. Mine is damp. I prefer it damp just to add a little bit more moisture into my skin. I have dry skin. And to absorb some of that excess product that I don't want on my face. Okay, that's that. So now what I'm going to do is set my face. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm going to use this big fluffy brush. This is what I like to use to set my face because it's not compact, it's not going to hold a lot of product, and it's just going to lightly dust it, if you will. If I were to use something more dense like this, I'm going to have a lot of powder, a lot of powder, a lot of powder. I don't want a lot of powder, I just want to put a sheer coverage of powder on my face just to set it. Now, why do I set it? Because sometimes if I use a lot of moisturizing products, like a moisturizer, my concealer just always creases on me. It will start to settle in my, you know, wrinkle lines and my smile lines, under my eyes. It will always crease. So I just always like to set it. So I'll just get a little bit of powder on my brush here. I'll swirl it around in my lid, kind of tap it off, and kind of just tap it out over my face. I don't want a whole lot of powder. I just want enough so that my makeup will set for the day, stay in place, and so on and so forth. If I put a lot of powder on my face, then I'll start getting that cake face. But I can show you if you do start to get a lot of if you've done too much and you're like, oh, how do I fix this? I will show you a trick that you can do to try to get that cake face gone. Sometimes if my under eye isn't, if I can't get in with this brush because it's awfully really big to get in there, I'll use a smaller brush to kind of get in and make sure that I get in really tight under here so that I don't see those under eye creases going on. But actually it's doing pretty good. And I got a hair. Go in with a smaller brush. It's okay. It's a little fluffy, but it'll work for what we're trying to do. That's good. That's better. If you have a lot of areas that really crease on you, maybe like around your nose area, if you take this powder and basically bake it on your face, if you put a lot of powder on there, and yes, I'm putting a lot. If you put it on there and let it set for a little bit, that's what baking is. Let it set and then we'll brush it off here in a little bit. So let's continue on because this video is going to be forever long. Okay, so let's move on to contour. Let me get my contour brush. I really like this one. I'm going to contour today with, not that one, my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I love this because it has all my contour shades and my highlighting shades. When I contour, I usually go in here. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Come back. I usually use, sometimes I'll mix these two, but today I think I'm going to go in with this color here. And it's called Subconscious. So I'm going to get a little bit on my brush here. If you want to know how I contour, I have a contouring video that you can check out too, because I don't want this video to be tremendously long, although it is already going to be kind of long. I like to just get my line first, and then I'll go in and blend it out, because I don't like harsh contours. Personally, would you do you? This brush is called a foundation brush, and it's from Real Techniques, but I like to use it as my contour brush. You do you, like I always say. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my favorite, where are you? Contour brush. There you are. It's by Morphe, and it's called the E34. It's a fluffy brush. And I'll pick up just more of that color, a little bit more of that color, and start blending it out. Blend, 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 blend. I think when it comes to makeup, my best tip to give to you, no matter what it is, foundation, bronzer, blush, eyeshadows, blend, blend, blend. Blend until your arms hurt, your face hurts, and your arm wants to fall off. And then when you get to that point, blend some more. Okay, now I'm going to bring it up here on my 5 head. You know. Blend that bad boy out. Are you starting to see any of a difference? Remember, we want to contour with matte shades, not shimmery bronzers. Shimmer is for your cheeks. Get this into your hairline. so you don't see that. You don't want to see white scalp up in here. Oh, look at that. I messed up. So let me show you how I'm gonna fix that. I got a little, I'm trying to hurry, guys. That's okay. I'm gonna show you how to fix it. Why not just mess it all up, right? I just feel so bad when I make like 50-minute long videos for you guys. Who has time for that? Okay. I'm gonna fix it. Cheesy Pete's bubble. I'm gonna use this brush here that really has nothing on it. It's just, and if it does, it's clear powder, translucent powder. But that's what we're gonna use. More of that translucent powder. Look at that. Ooh, sexy. It's all right. My hairs. Getting on my nerves, man. There. What bad lighting I have in here. I hope that you guys can see this. Black and powder is low hot. Okay. Moving on. Maybe I'll go a little bit slower. Okay. Blush. Here's my blush brush. The E4 from Morphe. I like the slanted ones just because I feel like it can, I don't know, blend on my cheekbone better. I'm going to use MAC in Sunbask, and it's like a pretty, how would I describe this? This is a shimmer blush, actually. It does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but that's okay. It's called a summer blush, but I'll use it whenever I want to. Tap it in there. The reason I'm using this more bronzy colored blush is because I'm going to go in with some bronze eyeshadows, and I just think it'll be pretty. Blend, blend, blend. Sometimes you can bring a little bit of color back up in there too if you want. Just like a little bit there. Not a whole lot. Try to just kind of stick to that area. Okay, now we're going to move on to eyes. Personally, I like to set my face now. And the reason that I like to do that is because I don't want to set my eyes when I have like all my shadows on, and especially when I have my mascara on, because my mascara then it'll get wet and it'll come down here on my cheeks. So personally, I like to set my face now. So I'm going to go use the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. This is cooling and hydrating. Now, if you've got too much with that powder and you're starting to get that cake face, this is where this comes in handy. Not only does it set your makeup, it also helps kind of have that powder blend in with your liquid and make it set better on your face. So hopefully it will help with the cake face. It says chill, but I have a couple of different Urban Decay ones, and I don't really notice a difference. They all feel the same to me, but I don't know. So continuing on with our eyes, I'm gonna move these out of the way. I'm going to use the Stila pack today. This is called Natural Eyeshadow Palette. And these are exactly what it is, some natural shades. Okay, so when you're going in and you're doing your eyes, now I've already primed my eyes with my concealer. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna find a fluffy blending brush and I'm gonna start out with my transition color. What's a transition color? It's the color that goes in between here and what you're going to accomplish down here with whatever colors you're doing. What's the importance of a transition color? Well, because I don't want color and then skin. I want it to blend. Remember, we're blending. So a transition color is going to help whatever colors you got down here blend up into your natural. So I like to think of it as like a rainbow, if that makes sense. So you're going to have a really lighter color up here if you so wish to highlight up here. And then it's going to go a little bit darker into, you know, whatever colors that you want. Light or dark, whatever it is, but keep your transition color close to your skin color itself. And then you can get a little bit darker. So let me show you what I mean. So when I'm looking here into this palette, this here is probably going to be the closest to my skin color. Either this one or this one here. So let's just start out with this one. I'm going to put it on a fluffy brush and I'm going to start blending it out up in here. Blend in windshield wiper motions and circles. All at the same time. You can get it up here if you so wish, and you can put it all down in here too. This transition color doesn't have to be very, very, very precise, if you will. If you're going to do a darker lid, sometimes you don't have to, you know, put your transition color down there. But, so we're just going to blend. Remember what I said about blending. Blend until it hurts, basically. Let me bring you in a little bit so that maybe you can see my eyes a little closer. And see all that is Liz. Get my TV out of the way. Okay, I'm really sorry. Meh. Oh well, there you go. It is what it is. I have this hair. Okay. We're going to go in on the other side. And you can see that you can't really see this color. And that's a perfect transition color. You can maybe see it just a tiny bit, but not a whole lot, and that's the point. Once we get all these colors added in here, it will make all the difference in helping these colors transition. You'll see. This fluffy blending brush is by Morphe and it's an E22. I love Morphe. Seriously, it was probably like $4. High quality. Can't beat that. Okay, now let me go in with my darker color so that you can kind of see. And I'm going to go in. Let's go in with this color here. Just a little bit darker. And I'm not going to bring this up too high, right? We want the colors to gradually go down. I'm going to kind of keep it in the crease area a little bit. Do we see how it's kind of coming together? I hope. But that's kind of like what the point is with eyeshadows. You want to build it. It wants to be, you know, a buildable colors and blended really nicely. And that's what makes it look really nice and professional. I think eyes are just what takes the longest to do, in my opinion. Okay, now we're gonna go a little bit darker. No, I'll probably stick with that one. And we'll go in, I'm gonna go in with this one here. Just a little bit darker. And I'm getting closer down to my eyelid, if you can tell. Do you see how these are blending in together? And it's making it a really seamless blend because we used a lot of colors. So yes, we started out light, but we're getting darker. And it's all gonna make sense. So no worries. And also when I do my eyes, if you're really new at this, do each step on each eye. So now, you know, I went lighter, lighter, darker, 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 darker. Because sometimes when I get a palette, I'll just be like, and then I'm like, oh, which ones did I use when I go to do my other eye? And I'm like, oh. And I just think when you're starting out, it's best to just do them both at the same time because you want them to look even. Whatever colors you're gonna put on one, put on the other. And as you get better and more comfortable and maybe you've got a signature eye look or whatever, then you can do, you know, one eye at a time if you want. If you start to maybe get too dark up in here, just get another, you know, fluffy blending brush, grab one of your light colors that you did up here and go back on top of that to kind of help blend it out and make it not to where your color that you had dark is kind of like creeping up here a little too much. So just get that lighter color and then go back in and kind of lighten it up again, if you will. So, and then go back. I think that's just what we're going to do with eyes. You go back and forth with these shadows. But you know what, when you work on this blending, blend, it will pay off on the end and you're going to have a really nice blended eye and you're going to love it. I'm just going to kind of deepen up my color just a little bit. Just because I kind of have hooded eyelids, I like to make this part just a little bit darker. This is a personal preference of mine because I like that to stand out just a little bit. Okay. So there are that. And now I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek's Grandstand. This is a foiled shadow, which I just love. I think that these colors are so universal for anybody. I'm gonna go in with a flat brush like this. And this one is from Sephora. Must Have Precision Cream Eyeshadow. And it's number 80. So I'm gonna get some of my Grandstand here on. I'm gonna tap this out. I'm pressing this in because this isn't a fluffy brush. This is a flat brush and I don't want to get the product everywhere. I want this to be primarily on the lid. So I'm not even going to go up really high into that dark color. Pretty, huh? So here's another tip. If you kind of want this to be a little more metallic looking, if you will, if you take some MAC Fix Plus, spray this on your brush a little bit, damp, not wet. You kind of get that in there. And then you go in and you get some more. It's really gonna make it pop and have a foiled look to it. Or metallic, wet, whatever you want to use. Pretty. I just think this is a pretty look for anybody of any eye color or age. It's so easy to do. I'll add a little bit more. Because we want to be blanging. Can you see how that just makes it pop, pop, pop? MAC Fix Plus is what that spray is. You can also use eye drops. But you can't use water. Water won't work. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to this bottom eye area here. And I'm going to grab this color right here in the middle. And I'm going to come in under here. This is a pencil brush by Morphe. It's called an E36. And I'm going to start right here and I'm going to start blending this out. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. Then I'm going to add take this flat definer brush here by Morphe. It's the M432. And I'm going to grab this dark color. I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to do kind of the same effect that I did up at the top, where it's lighter and then darker. But I'm going to go the opposite way. Does that make sense? Put it just on my lash line there. I'm only going to take this in about halfway because I want to make my eyes open up and be popping. I'm going to put a different color on the inner of my eye here. Look at the difference that that makes. Just that darker color. I'm sorry I open my mouth when I do this. I heard that it used to help with not making you blink. I don't know how true that is, but I still do it. It's become a habit now. So are you guys seeing what I'm doing here? Okay. Now I'm going to go in with this smaller brush here, the E18, and I'm going to grab this shimmery shade right here, and I'm going to highlight in the corner here. I'm going to put a little bit in here, and then I'm going to bring it down just a little bit right here too. You can always go back in here and deepen that up if you want. Alright, next up, I don't know where it is. Here it is. The Benefit Gimme Brow. Do my eyebrows. And I'm just gonna comb it in here. Look at the difference brows make too. Ooh! I look at pictures, older pictures of me when I didn't do my eyebrows, and it looks like I have none. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Thank God I fill my eyebrows in now because I look so weird. Thank God that my hair grew back because, in high school and junior high, oh man, you know you plucked the crap out of those. Had one little sperm line on your face. That wasn't cute. Be careful. My sister-in-law, her eyebrows just never grew back. Okay. These look cute and natural, and they don't look drawn on either, do they? Alrighty. Mascara. An oldie but a goodie, my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. feel free to fast forward through this part because, gosh, how boring to watch me put mascara on. Okay, guys. Last part, my favorite part, my highlighter. No, I love my highlighters. Okay. Gosh, I love that lip mask, but man, it is sticky. Okay, Mary Luminizer by the Balm. I'm gonna go in highlighting brush, Morphe M501. Grab a little bit of my highlighter. Highlight the tops of my cheekbones here. Ah! Why do I do that every time? But I do. And you know I put highlighter all over my face. All over. Take a bath in this, man. This is the star of the show. And that light hits you. Ah, the angels sing. Oh, my nose there. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Can you see why this is one of my favorite? Okay, put the highlighter down. It's enough. It's enough. I'll go crazy and it'll be too much. And if it is too much, grab some of your little translucent powder and take it down. That's it. I hope you like this tutorial. I hope that it wasn't 2 hours long, but I know you guys have been asking about different products and stuff, so let me know what you think, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.